We've got something exciting going on here. We have moved our equipment location from the house and the basement and stashed all over the place to happily a joint downtown. We're at the Rogers Experimental House now. We're going to be here for a couple months. I think we're going to be here for about 8 months, doing experiments, getting the community involved, having fun, and brewing some great beer. So let's go take a quick look around. Coming in the front door off of Walnut Street. This is an old building. It was built in, I believe, the 1920s. Used to be down here. It used to be retail space. And upstairs was the Elks Lodge. At one point in time, this space down here has been a engineer, an architecture firm. And so we have happily put together a little space over there. We've got a corner for the Mew Brew Laboratory here at the Rogers Experimental House. We're going to be doing some hardware stuff. Hopefully we'll be doing some brewing. We've got all kinds of work to do. I am starting on the fermentation chamber project. I want to get that operational. And one of the key things that I've discovered that I want out of that project is a non-intrusive method of testing gravity, monitoring the specific gravity of the beer as it ferments. And so with that, I think I've come up with a great idea. We're going to use a Wii balance board and a Raspberry Pi to check the weight. Since Carboy is a closed system, there's nothing going into it, it is a valid assumption that since we're off-gassing CO2, the mass is going to change. The mass contained within there. And since CO2 is, it's a gas, it's going to come out, and there will be a mass drop inside, and we should be able to monitor that. And I've seen some discussion about it. People have said it's doable, and they want to get specific with the points, but I don't think we need to know exactly what the specific gravity is at any point in time, but what we want is the change, the delta of specific gravity. So we were looking for that curve as it levels out on the bottom. That's going to be the important part. What we'll do with that information is then feed that into the Arduino that's running the fermentation chamber so we can follow a temperature curve to help clean up the esters at the end of fermentation, to help make sure that we're doing it the best way. And who knows, maybe we can find a different way to do things, some things to play around with. If we have fine control over temperature, then it becomes an experimental factor, things that we can play with and see what happens. So again, we're getting this space up and running, trying to get other projects in here. I've talked to some people about some other brewing related projects. I'm going to sit down and continue working on my Raspberry Pi and see if I can get that to connect to the Wii balance board. And then we should start having videos about that soon. Thanks for joining me, and keep watching. We're going to be doing some cool stuff here. Thanks.